He's hiding there somewhere. Wasn't a bad workout.
Killed him. son savored every moment. The zone really tore the world asunder today.
You'd better explain why I had to kill the same guy over and over again.
They were illusions, phantom doubles, like those conjured by certain mutants. Who knows what other tricks the preacher has up his sleeve? Right now, he poses a greater threat to our cause than the Ward. Head over to STC Malachite and find Ozeski. He's a friend of Spark. He'll help us understand this tech and come up with a plan to tackle those doubles.
talk to our boss.
I hate this fucking place.
Freeze. This is a secure facility. No rookie stalkers allowed. Limited access, special permit required.
Does Korshinov's badge count as a special permit?
You're from the ward? Well, why didn't you say so? Come on in.
Talk to our boss.
Professor Ozerski says that my commitment to maintaining order stifles the flight of imagination. That's why I won't tolerate mess. No discounts, no let's make a deal, and certainly no I'll pay you next time. You pay, you get your goods. Is that under...
I found a suitcase. Seems like it was meant...
Bones?
In a way. Blizzard is dead.
I warned him not to go alone. All right. I hope he didn't die. You're not in too much of a rush, I hope.
Maybe I can help.
Everyone around here might see me as a soulless bureaucrat, but a stalker called Lefty and his group went to take Psi radiation measurements. Shortly afterward,
Where exactly was Lefty headed?
the S.T.A.L.K.E.R area. Some individuals believe that his group can handle it on their own, but what if they can't? Especially given that I'm the one who sent them to take those measurements. If you find them, but they're already
Fine. I'll do my best.
Excellent. I have forwarded the coordinates to your PDA. I'll be waiting for the good news. Or, well... Hello. Looking for some equipment, are you?
Where exact...
The S.T.A.L.K.E.R area. If... He...
Modern bureaucracy.
Well, tech. So if you need some... Nope. Yeah, don't be a stranger.
Professor Ozerski said it's a promising
I
experiment.
can't concentrate. They won't leave me alone. No time to myself, even in the exclusion zone.
What's Spark doing here anyway?
Getting us research materials under Professor Ozerski's direct orders. But that's need to know.
You guys can't resist adding a touch of mystery, huh?
When arranging field experiments, please remember that assignments with the guard are scheduled on a first-come, first-served basis.
I've...
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Professor Ozerski, the director of STC-Malachite. If you intend to remain at the center, please avoid interfering with our work and treat all visitors with courtesy and respect. My colleagues frequently require Stalker assistance to retrieve artifacts or conduct field experiments. Should you prove yourself capable, you may be entrusted with such assignments.
Tell me about Malachite.
STC-Malachite is the only place where we study the zone as it is. Here, no theory is labeled eccentric, and no field experiment is considered unnecessary. Even the smallest detail may hold the key to comprehending the fundamental patterns of the zone. Admittedly, those snobs at Circa mock our research, call it pseudoscience. But why listen to shallow pricks whose narrow-mindedness obstruct their own quest for truth? They were actually thinking of making me the head of Circa, you know? Luckily, it didn't work out. I'd rather go back to the mainland.
I'm looking for information. A monolithian called Faust conjured doubles of himself during a fight.
And I want to never have to hear about the subject again. The doubles you witnessed are induced illusions caused by psi influence within the Tau range. This Faust fellow appears to be employing older psi consciousness were the ones who extensively researched induced illusions and their impact on humans. Have you heard about the Wish Granter? That's their handiwork.
See consciousness. That rings a bell.
It was a faction of idealistic scientists from Project X. They aspired to cleanse the noosphere of the dark manifestations of human nature, to make the world perfect. However noble their intentions may have been, their execution was rather poor. In June 2006, a decade after the discovery of the noosphere, they tried to establish an unauthorized connection to it. The experiment spiraled out of control, leading to the emergence of the zone. It now serves as a warning about the perils of impulsive scientific endeavors.
Where can I meet the sea consciousness scientists? I need to learn more about their technology.
You're a few years too late. Sea consciousness ceased to exist in 2012 following the demise of all of its members. A stalker who goes by S.T.A.L.K.E.R managed to reach the generators after deactivating the Wish Granter. Then he gunned down sea consciousness. Evidently, he didn't take kindly to being used as a guinea pig.
I want to know more about induced illusions.
I'm not entirely sure we still have any books with enough information here at the center. The S.T.A.L.K.E.R archives would come in handy here.
I got them after the signal. They're saved on this flash drive.
Oh, that makes it so much easier. However, analyzing these archives will require a considerable amount of time, and I take it you need answers as soon as possible. Fortunately, the X network is up and running again. There's an abandoned mirror facility nearby. It was used to study induced illusions until 2008. If you can restart it and reconnect the mirror to Malachite, I could look for the information you need.
What exactly do I need to do?
Two things. Activate the visual projection center and calibrate the communication antenna. Mind you, configuring the antenna might require specific conditions. The older the equipment, the harder it is to set it up properly. I advise you to find an operations manual for the facility's engineering team and follow its guidelines to the letter. Talk to you later.
Howdy, eggheads. Care to tell me where Ozerski is?
Young man, I'd like to ask you.
Nah, don't bother. Just get Ozerski for us, all right?
Tell him. We could sure
Hello.
get some nice steam bath. Right about now. Tell him we've got an appointment.
real breakthrough here. We've gone from incoherent noise, grainy visuals, and flitting shadows to a repeatable illusion, clear and vivid. We've finally determined the range at which C-effects can produce distinct induced illusions. They're still lacking specific details and features, but we can already create projections of both physical objects and images born from the human subconscious.
premises. There's an emission outside.
I saw Tiziatov yesterday. Dead, ghastly and decomposing. As he walked around the corner, he passed me by with a blank stare. Didn't even look at me. Then the next morning he strolled past me again, alive and well, and greeted me as if nothing had happened. Not a trace of decay. I checked the center. It's powered down. It was off yesterday too. What does this imply? Do these illusions continue after the VPC is shut down? Have we made them too tangible? Or perhaps the issue lies with me, and I'm seeing things that don't exist. Thank you for establishing a secure connection. I was able to retrieve the information you requested. The Controller Project was responsible for the creation of phantoms as part of its research into induced illusions. However, all related data is highly classified and never went public. Fortunately, we have a list of the scientists involved in the project. If any of them are alive and in the zone, you may be able to get your information straight from the horse's mouth, as it were.
Do you know anyone on that list?
Regrettably, no. But I know someone who could assist you. Richter. He used to be a guide, but now his work mostly revolves around finding people. He's just the man you need.
This Richter guy's all over the place. Seems to know everyone in the zone. Where do you know him from?
If not for him, S.T.A.L.K.E.R and I wouldn't be working together right now. I was interested in meeting him, and Richter arranged it. I wouldn't recommend someone unless I was certain of their competence. Richter knows his way around the zone. If anyone from this list is still here, he'll track them down for you.
Do you know where I can find Richter?
When he's not busy with his clients, he usually frequents the 100 Rounds bar in Rostock. Try looking for him there. You can ask our guide. He'll help you find your way there.
Hey, man. I see you're back, huh?
No, I'm just passing through.
Come on, cut it out. It's payday, right? And you're thinking about what to do with your paycheck.
Well, I did get some overtime this week.
Good for you. Then it's the right time to place a double bet. Turn that overtime into double time. Well, maybe just...
Oh, a new face? Come here. I'll pour you a drink on the house. In exchange for some cash, of course. Sup, bro?
What's the...
It's an awesome place to blow off some steam and earn some green. It's all about no-holds-barred brawls, bro. If you survive, you make bank. If you lose, Arnie'll give you a sweet funeral.
Who's the master of the arena?
The master is the champion. It's the highest rank in the arena. Right now it's Tyrant, a knuckle dragger who wears his exoskeleton even when he goes out to take a leak, if he goes out at all.
How do I sign up? What do I get for winning?
Talk to Arnie if you want to sign up. He'll get you in the ring in no time. As for the reward, it's the usual. Respect, fame, and coupons. And free booze from yours truly, if you really dazzle me.
Beer with vodka in it.
Respect. Maybe you'd like something with a little more kick to it. How about a hit? a but. Stay safe, bro. And don't be a stranger.
I don't like what's going on in Rostock right now, pal. War means death, but I can't just up and leave, you know? The guys here need all my supplies. Take care, friend. Come. Take.
One rag. Take. Don't even.
What you want? So long. So where was it?
Now, you've got... Yeah. Come.
Check my stash, clean my gun, bought some shit. Calling it a day.
I had a dream about a bloodsucker last night. It looked so real. Half awake, I almost shot someone.
Here. Here's the Polovin. No clinking glasses on this one.
He seemed like a decent dude. We were just having a few drinks, and then he glanced at his PDA.
Wow, nice to see you, man. Get lost. Just come over when you got something to say.
And now you're doing it again.
I can't
I was just trying to get him out, dude. Trying to calm him down.
And now, I can't see
then he
the point
moved
of
his
going
gun
back
out.
to the mainland.
Did you hear the news? Freedom and duty are at it again. Now I gotta sit here, but for the moment, it's mostly just threats. And I've still got work to do. So, what's your
I'm so over today.
You're in the market for some new gear, and the old coupon stash is running low, eh?
What is dictator of regret banning vodka?
There's
I can't call all the shots anymore.
Well, thanks for trying.
some jerks that are wild free.
Got any work for me? Something challenging.
Okay. Here's a serious one for you. Some bandits have set up shop at the McLucha is offering a nice bounty on their heads. He sent a freedom group after them, but they've gone dark. So, I need those bandits eliminated. And I'd like some info on what happened to the Freedom Squad. Will you do it?
Sure. I'm in.
Good. I sent you the coordinates to the warehouse, and to the place where the Freedom Group. But the group isn't your top priority. If you don't find them, we will eventually. Your main job is to kill the bandits. Good luck.
About that artifact you wanted me to find.
Do you...
Been here for a year, and they still make me sick to my stomach.
You share everything you have in Vostok with a
I've
duty
been in
member.
the zone for a long time.
It turns out.
And I'm
You wanna
still-
chat? Do I look like radio to you? The best news is the news you uncover on your own.
I need to find some people. Ozerski mentioned you might be able to help me with that.
You're making some friends, I see. Ozerski is a man with a heart of gold. When he's not being pain in the ass, anyway.
You seem pretty popular yourself. Are you some kind of recruiter? Bringing folks to Strider, mingling with scientists, cozying up to S.T.A.L.K.E.R. And you keep popping up wherever I go, too.
Must be the zone's will. Nah, there's a plenty of recruiters here without me. By the way, there's that stalker who showed up after the signal, S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Ever heard of him?
He's a legend around here. I hear he's putting together a new crew. He doesn't like what's going on in the zone and he wants to shake things up.
What's S.T.A.L.K.E.R up to? What's his plan?
That's something you gotta ask the man himself. And if he doesn't trust you enough, you'll never find out. S.T.A.L.K.E.R is the type who keeps his plans to himself.
What happened to his old crew?
I could tell you they found lots of rare artifacts, left for the mainland, and lived happily ever after. But in reality, not everyone made it back from their trip to the monolith.
For baked apples all of a sudden.
How can I find this S.T.A.L.K.E.R guy?
Nah. I might have said too much already. Either the zone's gonna help you, or S.T.A.L.K.E.R will find you himself. But I don't think you two would hit it off right now. As long as you and S.T.A.R keep looking for the Shining Zone, you better stay away from S.T.A.L.K.E.R. He doesn't trust or cooperate with anyone. Can you really blame him?
I'm so over today.
I found folks in the zone I can trust. S.T.A.L.K.E.R just needs to try harder. Speaking of which, do you know anyone on this list?
I know one of them, Dvupalov. He's a real grump when he's sober, which, thankfully, isn't often. He's usually holed up in his old hideout and doesn't entertain visitors. If you want to talk to him, you'll need to bring him a collar from a mutant. He used to do some research with the collars, and now he just collects them. Talk about sentimental.
Is this the type of collar Dvupalov collects?
Wow! You've certainly been around the zone if you've managed to find one. You're shaping up to be quite the stalker. Now that you have the collar, you're good to head to Dvupalov's hideout. I'll send you the coordinates. If he asks you for a password, the answer is leash. Remember, if the professor offers you a drink, don't turn it down. It'll make the conversation smoother. But don't try to outdrink him either. You won't stand a chance.
We've been in the zone for a long time now. I'm still afraid of the emissions.
I've got a hankering for baked apples all of a sudden.
The leash.
If you only got one, don't expect a big payout. Where are your manners? Where do you think you're going, Stalker?
Hand it over. You're new around here, aren't you? Or have I just forgotten you? I had an assistant I'll never forget, Nightingale. It was a delight to work with and a great drinking buddy. It's a shame he's gone. Think you can fill his shoes?
I wasn't planning to. I'm here about...
I know what you're here about. The first ones in the house. But we'll enjoy it right here on the spot. You can fetch the bottle from my lab. It's just down the hall. What the hell are you doing? No snap. It's an elixir you'll light and never forget. Or remember. Come on, have a All right. Let's sample the goods. Let's have one. And then we can talk about what, where, and how much. Here's to the start of our partnership.
All right. Here's to our partnership.
Not even a flinch, huh? That sort of bravado isn't gonna impress me. When you're drinking, you've gotta put your heart into it. So, where are we? How about another one?
Let's toss another one back.
You're definitely not a grad student. That's a good thing. About those scholars. Leave them out next time. The shop's closed. What's the point of stocking up on collars if I don't have a leash? It was a promising project, sure. But it's time to bid it farewell. Bottoms up, Stalker.
What project are you talking about?
I told ya, Project Leash. The Mutant Control Project. They cooked up all sorts of freaks, then tried to make gadgets to bust them around and zap them remotely if things get out of hand. As you know, they fucked up the later parts. When the project got shelved, those colored mutants were supposed to die peacefully in their cages, not run amok in the zones spooking stalkers. So much for a promising project. But I suppose promises are made to be broken. How about a drink to that stalker?
Let's have another one. Sure.
To abstract thinking. If man is the measure of all things, then the measure of a man is 3 shots of this magic vodka. So go ahead, ask your questions while I'm feeling charitable.
How do you destroy phantoms and defeat someone who can create induced illusions?
Seen double, eh? You probably just had some bad vodka. Try some of mine. It's good for more than just keeping radiation at bay.
When I saw the man who created those phantoms, I was stone cold sober.
Ha ha ha, and I was stone cold sober when I saw evidence that it was impossible. But who am I to forbid you from living in a world of illusions? If you're really so eager, drag your ass to X5. That's where the whole 3-ring circus used to be. Try to find a blueprint for the suppressor. It's out to help you. I'm all out of vodka anyway. Come on. I'll give you the key card for the lab. The colors were a crude instrument. The suppressors, on the other hand, they were designed to dampen abilities of a fine nature. Now, where did I put it? Hold on. Let me give you the key to the X5 first.
All right. What were we talking about?
No, that's just some junk. Ah, look, a pickle. I'll save it for later. Fuck, what are you up to? The artifact just popped out of the still. Grab it, Stalker. Why, you're light on your feet, Stalker. You can hang on to this one. You've earned it. Seems like I gave the keycard for X5 to Sherpa after all. That's why I hate... Anyway, if you want the suppressor, you need to talk to that boring grad student yourself. He's over in Agroprom, staying close to X5. And now for the 4th shots, the happiest of them all.
I ask you to vacate the premises. I'm occupying it and there's nothing here to take.
Calm down, Sherba. Vupalov sent me.
Is the professor doing okay? He didn't succumb to intoxication from that poison of his, did he? Its alcohol by volume is nearing pure ethanol, not to mention the anomalous component. What a fall from grace. A great scientist resorting to making vodka.
Tell me about Vupalov. So he's a great scientist?
Professor Dvupalov is a brilliant mind hailing from the Project X era, the mastermind behind the Controller project. He used to bring science to new heights. Now the only thing he can bring is a glass toward his lips. He's disenchanted with his life's work, you see? Nothing ever changes. If only the professor had taken a moment to peruse my notes instead of selling vodka.
Why do you even bother helping Vupalov?
How can I stand by and watch a scientist of his caliber kill the few brain cells he has left? He has invaluable knowledge and skills, the kind that are not taught at Malachite, especially nowadays. The professor has no right to go down this path.
Dvupalov sent me to get the key card for X5. I'm looking for the Phantom Suppressor.
It took Dvupalov a whole 6 months just to remember my name while I served him food every day. And now he tells you about the card right away? Did you drink with him or something?
It's tough to avoid having a drink with him.
That stuff is pure poison. All right, I'll give you the card. It's too risky for me in there anyway. But you've got to promise me that you'll search X5 for any papers related to the Controller project and bring them back to me.
Tell me what you know about the Controller project.
The Controller project did involve some research on phantoms, but its main objective was to develop specimens modified with both biological and technological enhancements. Unlike their mutant predecessors, which were impossible to keep in their cages, these were meant to be trained as soldiers to protect Project X personnel. Can you imagine? Not even Circa is attempting anything like that nowadays. They haven't even managed to create a single new specimen.
Why do you want those papers?
I tried to convince Professor Dvupalov that I'm a worthy successor to his great work, but all I received from him was a couple of his drafts, one of which had been used as a food wrapper. I'm talking about research that could etch our names into history. Since the professor doesn't seem to recognize it, I'll take it upon myself to finish the job for him.
Since I'm headed to X5, tell me about the lab.
Until recently, no one even knew it existed. The research there was classified, and the lab had been mothballed for quite some time. Then Duty did some cleanup with heavy explosives there, and found hidden levels beneath Agroprom. I used certain informal channels to reach out to the professor. That's how I found out it was an old mutant research lab. I can't even begin to fathom what's going on in there right now.
Hand me that key card, and I'll see what I can do about your papers.
All right. It's not like I've got much of a choice. But keep those papers in mind, Stalker. You'll need to head all the way down, but if you're willing to do the job, I'll make it worth your while. I'll go check on the professor in the meantime. Seems like every time I look away, he's got a new drinking buddy.
Something's wrong. Something's wrong.
I've seen Skiff in action. He's a formidable adversary, so give it your all. Once we're through with him, you can have whatever you want. All I'm after is Korshinov's badge.
must be nearby.